social media, Facebook Off the Tap, Instagram Off the Tap 2018, email offthetap2018@gmail.com. Also, our Twitter is Off the Tap too, and we just made our own Untapped account, which is also Off the Tap too. Real quick thing about that is they have a scale of 1 through 5. I'm just going to put in the comment section what Tad and I both score and then put an average underneath. So don't even worry about that. We're going to get all of our beers uploaded eventually.
Eventually. We got a lot of beers. Like, I think I went through them the other day and I had a notebook, 1 page full and then like 3 extra.
We did Cigar City's Guyabera, and I had to scroll way down because somebody was asking about that, so I was sending them the review, and I was like, how many of these have we done already?
Oh yeah,
gotta
we're pushing up
50.
on a year pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah.
I think like October.
This fall. Mm-hmm.
October, so that'd be nice. And we still haven't reached 250, thanks guys.
What are you doing?
We're 2 away.
The reason why we're here right now is because we've been alluding to it. We sat down and did an interview with the guys from Fifth Ward Brewing Company out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Ian was kind enough to sit down and basically give us over an hour of his time between looking through the brewery,
and drinking beer with us.
Yep, chugging a beer, doing an interview, and everything. So
yeah, he's a really cool dude, very humble. They're in their second year of production right now.
In the middle of their second year.
Yeah, they pushed. I think they started late last year or something like that, and they did like 500 within that calendar year, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then this year they're trying to make it regional, like state of Wisconsin wide, so
right.
It's kind of a big deal for those guys.
I learned a lot on the business side too, with as far as distribution and everything goes. These guys are straight hustling.
Oh, they're pounding ground, dude. Like straight up, like they are walking into bars trying to sell their own stuff.
And it's
awesome.
It's crazy. I love it. It's like doing cold calls, just showing up at places, trying to make meetings, and it really shows how difficult it actually is to do what they're doing right now, because people don't want to give you the time of day. If you're not like a distributor in your area or a region of the country, like no one wants to sit down and talk to you, which sucks because I have not had, and I'm not just saying this because we like these guys, I have not had a bad beer at this brewery.
I think I tried, 3 when we did the interviews and stuff. This one is the actual one we chugged, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very sweet and malty. I like it.
Yeah.
But I tried 3 of their beers already, and they were all great. We got an exclusive from these guys.
Yep. Well, we tried both of their fruit nannies. What did they had? A fruit nanny. They had a pineapple, and then they had a blueberry, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think we tried both of those. We chugged the Vaters, and then we had, what was the exclusive? It was a raspberry sour, right?
No, it was a lemonade.
Raspberry lemonade.
Raspberry lemonade that they had that was awesome.
It was ridiculous.
And actually, they are with the trend right now. I just saw probably, on all these beer pages we're on, I probably saw like 8 different companies producing this same type of lemonade now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. And it's a beer, it's not a lemonade, but it's pretty sweet.
It was really good. The one thing that I really enjoyed about it was like how open he was about everything.
Oh yeah, like he lets you know like where they started, how they started, everything is. You guys can definitely check out the interview. We'll be posting it probably the same week as this video.
Yep. I
don't know either before or after. We gotta decide that yet.
Right. Anyway,
you'll get to see the video.
You'll see the review. It's straight up Fifth Ward Brewing Company week here at Off the Tap.
Oh yeah, we're helping these dudes out. We're actually even gonna try getting involved in a little bit of their distribution, just as a pro bono for these guys doing an interview with us. We don't have a lot to offer, so we're like, hey, we'll grind our nose too for you a little bit.
It's places like this that are the reason why I like going to some of those smaller breweries, because I've been to so many bigger breweries and I just don't care for any of their beer. And I think that being a smaller facility, I wouldn't even say it's a small facility.
Oh, it's pretty big. Like they definitely have room to expand.
Absolutely.
Like, there's a lot of dead space there that's not used, and I'm sure they plan on expanding operations. It's just right now they're in their second year. They're trying to get to that regional level right now, and it's just nose of the grind, like, just hustling it day in and day out. And the thing is, like, he can't be selling just bottles to a bar.
That was a major thing that he discussed with us.
I need somebody to buy the keg, otherwise we're not making money off it. And
well, they're not making money off
nobody's going to buy it because they have to jack it all the way up.
Absolutely, and it's not benefiting either party because how it works with bottling is unless you have the absolute right equipment, it's only good for so long.
Oh yeah,
and
they still hand bottle. Like, they're that small. So,
and if you don't get that sold within a certain amount of time, the beer goes bad. And he told us, he said, "Look, guys, I just went back to a place that we sold beer to 6 months ago, and they still have our beer there. And I told them throw it away." And I was like, "That's so disappointing."
Little about these brewers, they were college buddies, I guess.
Yep. College,
and then they both have a lot of culinary background, so then it shows in their beer that they are all about flavor, and I thoroughly love that because that's the type of brewer I am, and it's awesome just being able to pack something with flavor.
Well, you can tell 1,000%, and I even asked them about this, was they have so much flavor in every beer. I told them, I was like, you look at some of the beers that we've tried, whether it's like a mango habanero or some sort of whatever with citrusy or something, and sometimes it's just a hint and you can barely taste it. You're expecting more of a burst. This brewery does not fall short of that. They use the maximum.
Culinary background, and it's all about mixing those flavors to the right point to get your taste buds going.
It was cool. These guys are pretty sweet though. They I don't know if they were necessarily roommates, but they got a house together eventually.
Yeah, and they were brewing in the basement.
They both worked at the same restaurant for 7 years and finally just said, screw it, let's do it.
They actually have ties with other local breweries in the area too. I think it's Lion's Tail, where they got mentored and stuff too.
Yeah, and Barrel 41 has connections with the brewer from Lion's Tail. It's like, we always talk about family and helping each other out in this industry, and this was a prime example.
Yep. Without further ado, let's get into this Vaters beer. It's a German-style Altbier.
Altbier. I feel like this is new to the market a little bit. You haven't heard a lot about it.
It's been around. The style originated in Düsseldorf, Germany. And what it is basically a hybrid beer.
Harry Potter character, huh?
It basically is a hybrid beer between an ale and a lager.
Alright.
It ferments at probably the most cold temperatures you're going to be able to see something ferment at.
So does it go through the lagering process then?
It's kind of a mixture between the ales and stuff, because what is it? The lager is a bottom fermenting yeast, so it's colder temperatures, and then the ale is a higher temperature. And this is one of those ones where
they use both extremes.
Kind of. It's a mixture of both. I'm not exactly sure. I gotta definitely do more research on it. This is a new beer to me.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard this style, so it's pretty sweet that this was his favorite beer.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, so.
Unless I just haven't been paying attention since we've been to Fifth Ward, I've seen these popping up on different beer pages that we follow.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, is this a new trend?
Is this something one of the trends coming too?
Or maybe I just was ignorant to it.
I think a lot of it is people are relating back to the old school way of brewing, they're all going back to the roots. Germany has a huge influence on beer.
Mm-hmm. Might say the biggest influence?
Yeah, if you haven't seen beer fest and stuff, I don't know where the hell you've been.
Right.
But they have probably one of the biggest influences in the beer game. And everybody's trying to go back to the traditional styles and where stuff originated, and still put their own twist on it.
Right.
So I have one of those flow charts of where everything originated, what type of beer originated.
And it's already outdated.
Yeah, it's already outdated. There's a bunch more. So let's pour this bad boy up.
Let's go. I'm so excited.
All right. Oh man. I have no clue what it's supposed to look like. I know it's supposed to be very malty. I poured a dip.
Yeah.
I'll pour more. But I know it's supposed to be rich in malts and sweet. So
it's
I imagine you're going to get that caramel color out of it, it poured that way.
I think it's just a lot of carbonation in general. Very interesting color.
Yeah, it's definitely a caramel color,
Absolutely. I don't think
it's not like a brown color.
There's no other way to describe it other than caramel.
Yeah.
Maybe butterscotch.
Alrighty.
Let's is gonna be awesome.
I think I got enough. I might fill it up one more time because it's a good beer.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys probably already know I'm gonna rate this pretty high.
The thing that surprised me
the thing is like this isn't your forte of beer either.
No, and I love this. And the thing that was even more interesting to me was we didn't have this beer on tap. We chugged it with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were talking about shout out to Chug Life. We basically told them, hey, we've been kind of learning a lot and meeting new people through the internet, through all these different groups, and one of the things is a Chug Life group page that we're a part of. He goes, you guys want to chug a beer?
Yeah,
so we were like,
yeah. One of the coolest things. Did one of the brewers just ask us to chug beer? Like, who does that?
Right?
That's sweet though. All right, so maybe we should go back to the old way a little bit, and we'll talk about the aroma and the mouthfeel and all that stuff.
All right,
So
yeah, let's do it.
Like we don't have a lot on the beer itself, so aroma is definitely not a lot of hops.
It smells like a domestic beer almost.
Yeah, it smells very light and
Yeah.
domestic. You can smell sweetness in it. So it's not very hoppy. And I think that's good because it's not going to turn anybody away.
I think that's good for me.
Right?
Because I get yelled at by your wife all the time. I don't venture outside of my pale ales or my sours. So I'm excited to try this again.
I kind of wish there was a little bit more aroma in it, just so you know what you're going to get.
Right.
You know? But it is what it is. You can't. I've made beers that don't smell like anything but taste great, you know?
Right.
So let's give her a whirl. There's definitely prickliness on the front end.
Man, yeah.
I didn't realize that because we chugged it, but there's definitely prickliness. It's very mellow, no bitterness on the back end, and there's definitely very sweet, like a lot of sweetness to it.
Can I say what this reminds me of?
A cream soda.
No. This reminds me of basically a Johnny Blood Red Light.
Oh yeah. Definitely that would be definitely along that lines.
That would explain why I like it so much. If you've been watching the show since the beginning, you'll know that was the first beer that got me into craft beer, and I still love that beer to this day. This tastes like a lighter version of that. I mean, I'm not one to just go buy a lager. I'm not one to go buy most ales.
It's sweet. Like, I like the sweetness of
Mm-hmm.
it. I think that's what I like. Mouthfeel is a little bit less than a porter. Like, it's a heavier mouthfeel. It feels a little bit heavier than it looks.
Yeah.
It's heavier. But, I don't know, maybe
This tastes so good. This is the first beer I've had all week.
maybe it's like an Irish ale that you kind of compare to, you know?
Yeah, like a red ale?
Like a little bit,
Okay.
better. And I mean, it kind of has a reddish tint if you look at it close enough.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some of the same malts in there.
A lot of carbonation.
We should have actually got what he actually brewed it with. He would have probably gave us a recipe.
Yeah.
He was really cool. I'm going to review this at 8.5.
All right.
And I've never had one of these beers before this.
I was going to say, this is going to be hard because
I don't know what to base it off of. There's no precedence for us to go base anything off
right.
of.
How do you rate it off of a mixture of a lager and an ale?
But when I go give the beer the fair rating of what it is, it's a quality beer, dude. Like,
It's
no
very
ifs
good.
or buts about it.
Very sweet. It's got a heavier,
Heavier body.
Yes.
Mouthfeel.
I would say a heavier body for sure. The mouthfeel, it tastes a little bit heavier than putting down like.
I think that's the malts in it though. Makes a little bit heavier.
It feels heavier than drinking like a domestic beer, but that's what I would compare it to.
Could I
Taste,
drink these
fine.
all day? I think I get pretty bloated after probably about 5 or 6 of them. I could drink it, but I think I'd feel a little bit more bloated than I would if I was drinking like a light beer.
Yeah, this definitely isn't. This is, you know what this is? This is that beer that everyone's always got that one beer. What's the best beer you've ever had? Is it the after dinner beer? Is it the after work beer? After you just got done cutting your grass? After whatever, you just did something, you feel accomplished? that is this.
Right.
You go to the fridge.
Something to sip on and just chill.
Something that's not gonna like give you gut rot. Something that's not gonna just make you fill you up after one of them, but something that's got great flavor, awesome notes, decent smell.
I enjoy this. I'm gonna start looking for more of these beers, and we gotta.
Let's see if we can find some more alt beers. That's definitely something we don't have on our list besides this one, and we need something to compare it to. So, this will set the standard. You gave it a what?
8.5.
8.5. I really like this. I really like this a lot. I like it because it reminds me a lot of what brought me into doing everything that we do every week. I'm giving it an 8.2.
I like how it's not like over carbonated. It's just enough.
Yeah.
Like that's huge.
I like that prickliness because it almost like it doesn't quench your thirst, but it's still like
the prickly, like the amount of prickliness on this. Like you can tell it's got that ale tone to it. You know?
Yeah.
But it's not straight IPA style ale.
Also, I think this needs to be said. What also helped with this, I believe, is that we didn't pour it at a freezing temperature.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's something that I've learned more and more over the years is the colder the beer, the worse it is if you're really trying to taste what you're drinking.
Like a lot of your darker beers are supposed to be served at a little bit higher temp.
I would say, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 42.
It's
somewhere
just below room temp for like your stouts.
Yeah.
And then your like anything else is supposed to be like 42 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to check with my boy John Tafford.
Yeah. Call him up. We're supposed to interview him anyway.
All right, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some editing and finish her up.
I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This was incredible. This was an incredible experience for us. I don't think we knew what the hell we were expecting going into this.
We kind of just freewheeled it, like.
And I think it turned out really good. I might have gotten a little gun shy. You took over the conversation at first. You had a lot of questions. I dominated the second half of the conversation with what I had, but it all worked out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Zach, for letting us come into your brewery and take over the reins, basically. Learned a shit ton.
Oh, yeah.
And
a bunch of knowledge dropped, like, especially, like, dude helped me along with my journey in the home brewing. And
right.
What I got to do for my next steps to get better beers. So.
And it was awesome. The tour, everything was great. Great beers. I'm not just saying that. I would tell you if
we had shit beer, like, we've, like, breweries and stuff, we'll tell you they have shit.
I'll tell you.
This dude, they got it going. They know what they're doing.
If you are ever in the area, hit them up. Contact us if you need their information on where to find them. Seriously, great people, great brewery, even better beer. I'm Skinny Jeans.
I'm Tad the Tank.
I had an 8.2.
8.5.
Keep her tuned.